Morning, everyone. How's everyone doing this morning? Pitcher was brought to the court on murder charges, but it turns out it got framed. Nice. Good morning, Lava. How are you? We'll give people time to file in and then... Oh, I'm doing good. It's just raining today. You got any big plans today, Lava? Not really, you rarely ever do. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's nice to have an open availability. That way you can do whatever. Hey, what's going on, Danny? How are you? Oh, I'm doing alright. I gotta figure out what's going on with this chair, though. Something's wrong with it. Could just be old, but... Yeah, Monday. I got fired from my job at the bank today. An old lady came in and asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her over. That one's a good one, Lava. might want to fill this before we get started. Excuse me, guys. So yeah, it's supposed to rain all day here. What happened to his windshield? Car to drill one weekend a few months ago and a rock flew off the truck and chipped it. Oh, that's no good. So Danny, are you gonna be streaming more Hello Neighbor? Alright everybody, I'm gonna blue screen for just one moment, take the chat off the side of the screen. I have it up on my phone now. And we will get started. Alright, there we go. Right, that makes sense. Alright, well, good morning everyone. Welcome to Whooppool Gaming. We are going to get back to more Shadow Cabinet, or Shadow, yeah, that's the name of the chapter. Hopefully we'll find out what's going on and who this club of vampire elite are. Anomaly and Danny, thank you for those hopes. I hope everyone had a good weekend. My back Well, yeah, I hope that's not what was making you, not feel well, Danny. So yeah, on Friday we found Reid's mansion, so now... I mean, it's not quite as nice as Elizabeth's, but it's still pretty nice. Right, yeah, that'd be a good idea. Right, once you had a chance to, like, let your eyes rest. See, I want to go do that part, but I'm not strong enough to do it. And if I rest to, like, build my guy up, that guy would die, so I don't know what to do.
Jonathan, my dear, bring me my glasses. I feel like reading. Mary? Oh, my dear daughter.
Yeah, she knows you're a vampire now, by the way.
How is your sweet boy?
Right, that'd be a good idea. Save the exhausted man by defeating his abductor. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's an easier way into there.
Last warning, sir! Don't come closer!
Not... Well, I can't do anything unless I get past these two, so... No, not yet.
This is no place for a gentleman. Step away!
Yeah, I haven't had to eat anyone yet. See, there's a guy in here that needs help, but... Oh, I'm sure I will eventually. Danny, thank you for those 100 bits. I do appreciate that. Go ahead and give you a bit of hype. There we go. I'll try to say bitty hype. There we go. Nope. Shoot, 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 shoot. This guy's like stupid strong. Well, he's level 27 too, so. Oh, what? I thought I had shotgun shells. Alright, Danny. Oh, I'm out of I need to find a merchant and buy some more. That's what I'm gonna have to do.
Spotted! Watch out! Snuff it, Leech! Over there! There's one of them vermin! There's safer places to be than here. Don't come closer. Over there! There's one of them vermin.
Everyone who's just coming in, welcome to Whirlpool Gaming. I think I might be able to get in there without that guy bothering me, because it gave me the option to open the door.
Stay away! Look lively! Talk to us!
Nate, thank you for that host.
You London vampires are so weak!
What the... Yeah, it is. And welcome into the channel 501-105. Yeah, I mean, one thing that hurts too is my guy is not leveled up, and there's a guy that I need to rescue, and I think if I level up my guy now, it might kill the guy because I don't get to him. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's this guy right here. Yeah, save the exhausted man by defeating his abductor, and I think his abductor's the guy in the front yard that I keep getting beat by. If I had shotgun shells, it wouldn't be as bad because I could just shoot him. Of course, there's not a merchant close.
Women's right to vote is only the first step. Women of all countries unite!
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reid. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte. What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reid? Or you?
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me, or your mother.
Good to know. And don't worry, my mother told me everything I need to know about vampire tricks, their nature as well as features.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reid.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reid. And please, don't tell my mother.
New investigation. Emily is missing. Yeah, I know, right?
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reid?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions
Jopa,
are
thank you for that
financed by
host. I do
selfish
appreciate it.
And filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
Everyone just coming in, welcome to Wolfpool Gaming. Today we're playing Vampire. If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, please hit that follow button. Make sure to enable all notifications, that way Twitch will let you know when I go live.
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. one day, I'll have my death to face.
No creep, thank you for that host.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
So Whirlpool, would you sign up to become an Ekon? I don't think so. I don't know if I'd want to. Yeah, I don't think so.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
And sorry that I'm sitting back a little further, guys. My chair's being weird today, so I need to work on it after stream, see if I can't get it fixed again. Okay, so how am I supposed to find her house if it doesn't mark it on, like, give me an area to look? Alright, let's see what this Ascalon or Ascalon Club is all about. So what would you do, 501, if you had the option to become an Ekon?
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reid. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Let's see what I can swipe from this place.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reid.
There has been quite a battle here. I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
I don't think I wanted to do that. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm not a fan of these wait times though. They did an update for the game that I had to download today before I could play. Hopefully they fix that. And I was having issues with the game crashing last week. Oh, I went outside. I didn't want to do that.
Good evening. We repel the intruders for now.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reid. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Yeah, Fergal is a pain to beat.
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reid.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
She's a close friend, and I'm honored that she feels the same about me.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why do you suddenly need me?
The Ascalon Club only recruits the best, and you definitely fit the bill. Your scientific and medical reputation alone would qualify you as a candidate.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End. Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reid, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reid. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members, and I do appreciate obedience.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all Skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country.
Oh boy, what did I get myself into?
My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reid, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall. Speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation.
Really?
Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
I personally went patrolling last night.
Good evening, Dr.
And
Reid.
I spotted it.
How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece? Figuratively.
We shall chase these intruders down. I was chased by a gigantic falcon 2 nights ago. I thought it was Virgo coming back, but no. The creature barely spoke English.
I feel perfectly fine. Do I have cause for concern?
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
Is not the nature of this club a secret, shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. Reid, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
Are you a member of the club?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many years. And will be until the day I die.
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reid.
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information. I am merely a mortal member, and a dying one at that.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reid.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
Complete isolation has proven effective throughout history, but the death toll has always been a high one.
I am glad you understand the concept of necessary sacrifice.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago. Well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
You were spying on me?
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No. He was a Volcod. All muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed. Ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
Yeah, he was big.
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally. But I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish, and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied Skulls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reid, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Skulls.
I have met peaceful and wise Skulls. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Skulls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reid. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club, and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results. How's your investigation going, Dr. Reid? Time is our enemy.
I have a few questions for your lordship.
All right, but be quick.
May I ask you about the mortal who attended my initiation? Mr. Aloysius Dawson.
A member of the club does not normally ask questions about other members. We trust each other mutually.
But Mr. Dawson is mortal. Are you not afraid he might reveal who you are? Especially to your enemies.
Aloysius Dawson is a man of his word, as are all of us. This is the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. We do not grant access to the unworthy.
So he really is a member, then?
Indeed. Only the most eminent members are allowed to attend such ceremonies. Even if I admit some of us fled during the first hours of the Great Hunt.
What can you tell me about the Great Hunt?
It's a major concern, and I'm convinced we'll only get a satisfactory conclusion by putting an end to the epidemic.
What about the risk of a full-scale attack here? Jeffrey McCullum is a daring leader.
That is exactly why so many of our number have left the country until things improve. But not me. I founded this club. I'll die defending it.
I have already met Jeffrey McCullum. I am certain he will persist until he has killed every last vampire.
The Guard's current successful recruitment campaign is driven by the ravenous behavior of the Skulls.
I see. So without the epidemic creating Skulls, the Guard could not convince anybody of our presence.
Exactly. Once we have put the epidemic behind us, we need only wait until the Guard grows old and weak. Time will once again become our ally.
Okay.
You made me swear on the blood of William Marshall during my initiation ceremony. Why was that?
William Marshall was the most glorious knight who ever lived. He served 5 kings, and was a living example of probity for all. And he was my maker.
William Marshall was a vampire? Is this some sort of joke? Wait. Could he be my maker?
That would be joyful news, for it would mean he still walks among us. But alas, the great knight has left this world for good.
Why is his blood so sacred to the Ascalon Club?
He was simply the greatest defender of the realm we have ever known. I fought by his side at the Battle of Preston, and he made me his progeny following the fight.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Godspeed, Dr. Reid. We are counting on you.
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reid.
Oh.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Too in this war. Support the. Equality between men and women.
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reid.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Don't let any strangers come into your house. Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Good evening, sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other. So many things have happened.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I used to be.
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. With the epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny. I didn't want to sound selfish.
What is this new battle?
I saw terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere. vampires.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Can you help me?
Infection is everywhere these days. But if you ever go to the park near that swanky house belonging to the Mulaney's...
Yes? What about the Mulaney's? What about their house?
Not enough noise for a big family with children. Not enough movement. Closed doors. What is going on in there? I wonder.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep. Why are vampire hunters sniffing around here? I need to find out what they're after.
So yeah, it's getting pretty interesting now, but it's getting really hard too. So I gotta start deciding what I want to do. Why did it bring me back over here?
Have you found the answers you were looking for, young Ekon?
There is too much left unanswered. So many questions.
Get to know us. Spend time with us. And I may be willing to answer more questions.
Thank you, old Bridget. I hope we'll meet again.
The vampire hunters will never find us here.
Oh, I think I'm lost. I just don't understand why it...
It's locked.
Of course it is. I don't know what to do. Everyone just coming in, welcome to Wolfpool Gaming. Oh. keep from dropping my phone. Excuse me.
Good evening, miss. Can I help you? I'm a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reid.
I am Karina Billow. I don't need any doctor. The rats. Where are the rats?
Miss, you don't seem well at all. Are you afraid of rats? Has one bitten you?
No, it's me who bites them. Tasty, juicy, disgusting rats. I can't stop eating them. Help me, please. Help me to disobey the voice.
Tell me about yourself, Miss Billow. What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm hungry. Need to eat. Have you got something for me? Blood, perhaps? Can you give me blood, Dr. Reid?
Don't you remember who you are, miss? What you did for work?
I was strong, proud. I campaigned for good causes. But that was before. Before. It does not matter anymore. I'm so hungry.
What happened to you?
The rats. The answer hides in their little crunchy bones. Their juicy, tiny brains.
Miss Billow, please, try to concentrate. Why do you worry about rats so much?
The voice in my head. He forces me to do so. Drink their blood, he said. Eat their flesh.
Do you feel compelled to obey that voice, Miss Billow? Even if you're loath to submit to it?
Yes. Please. Help.
Tell me about the voice in your head. Who is it? Can you describe it? Is it someone you know? Someone you met?
Keep your mouth shut, he said. Don't ever speak about me, or I'll abandon you. Help me, please, Doctor.
Karina only has incoherent speech when speaking about what happened to her.
What is the local news hereabouts, Miss Billow?
Shadows. Shadows hunting shadows. Whispers in the dark. Pestilence. Suffering. Death.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
Infection. Infection. The rats carry it, I heard. Rats. 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 Many rats around that big house. Funny smell, too. Dead flesh.
And where is this house?
West of the park. Not very far. A big house with no sound, no light, no life left.
I must go now. Goodbye, Miss Billow.
Women die too in this war. Women's right to vote is only the first step.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Oh, god damn it. Oh, come on. I really need to start upgrading my weapons too, but finding the parts for them is not that easy.
Look at it!
Hey Rhino, how are you?
Filthy piece of shit! Ooh, that's gonna smart!
Come on. Hey Retro, thank you for that host. How you doing today? Oh, come on. Damn it, there's 2 more of them. Ah, didn't mean to do that. Oh, come, what the hell? See how many I need first before I go and do that. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 3 for fatigue, 1 for cold. Two for cold. Okay. Alright. Well, looks like... may buy some shotgun bullets too, or shells.
Mary? Oh, my dear daughter. How are you tonight? How is your sweet boy?
Alright. What's the easiest way to Whitechapel? To the left.
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit it's good to receive a warm welcome for once.
Yeah, especially after all the welcomes I've had.
I'm Jonathan Reid.
Welcome, Dr. Reid. Welcome to my humble shop.
Did I just buy sweet? I don't have to. Well, I do need to go over to Whitechapel, but.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
London's lone gourmet. What a strange title.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I kept it.
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable fellow.
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes. I discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it can't ever be shared.
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city.
Ugh.
I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
I must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
Finding a good restaurant? Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
I'm afraid the newspapers are seriously underestimating the situation. Things are critical, believe me.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit? For the thrill of it?
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and raids? and all the random violence.
Please, sir. This is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
Okay, whatever, man.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Not really. Wait, now that you mention it, I don't see the McPhersons in my favorite restaurants. They love delicate meals too, you understand?
Thank you. It may be nothing, but I'll investigate anyway. Where do they live?
They have a house in the southern part of the district, somewhere north of the railway bridge. There is a courtyard, if I remember rightly.
I may have a look at your goods, Mr. Russell.
I need to see what I need first before I decide to buy that. He didn't have any shells though, and that's what I needed.
To vote is only the first step. Support the equality between men and women. Women die too in this war. Women of all
That building is under quarantine. Could this be what I'm looking for?
Yes, Derek?
Are you streaming?
Yeah.
Is this like... You might enter my room, but you have to sit here.
Did you take an R out?
Yes, she's in the living room. Yeah, I'll let her outside. Okay. It's my daily thing, I have to do it.
go ahead and get your morning chores done, like sweeping the kitchen, mopping, vacuuming, do whatever you gotta do. That way it's done.
Do you want me to take this back?
Yeah, if you want for now. I'm gonna try to figure out what's wrong with this chair.
Okay. Go somewhere.
This is no place for you, sir. I said go back home. Back to the bloody grave.
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Torrance? How are you?
No match for the Swanborough cordial. Good evening, my dear colleague.
How is the sanitary situation?
When people buy...
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Good evening.
You look ill, Miss Swanborough. I wonder if your concoction will do the trick.
I have no doubt it will. But I'm not against a second opinion, Dr. Reid.
I'm doing good.
Well, there you have it. Take this remedy, but be discreet. It may damage your business otherwise.
Thank you.
This,
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough.
I need to upgrade my
We'll talk
my
again.
character, and I have to make sure the districts are in good health before I try. The thing that sucks is I can't find. I need the recipe for that, and I can't find it anywhere.
Barrett. You pay one way or another.
Please, Joe. Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Do you need help, sir?
To be honest, I'd prefer you take a look at my stuff.
I don't quite agree, but I won't argue with you. Please, take this. You'll feel better.
Really? Free? Don't take it personally, but charity usually comes at a price. Human nature being what it is.
Right then. Show me what you have.
You again? What do you want this time?
You have any big plans today, Mr. Torrance?
Can I offer you my medical aid?
Keep your medicines for others.
There is a thin line between pride and stupidity, sir. Please take this medication. You'll feel better.
All right. I'll take it then. It's not like I don't appreciate the gesture.
How is the sanitary situation in Whitechapel?
I'm not easily scared, but crazy killers and armed patrols are lurking about. My son's right about this place.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Wait a minute, he said son, I don't think of...
You again?
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson. Good evening, Mr. Whittaker.
It's Father Whittaker, my son.
Yeah, you don't get along with this guy, but still, you can't just let him die.
Don't you fear getting sick yourself?
Faith gives me all I...
No doubt your faith will prevail, but let me give you some extra protection against the devil's work. Medicine.
Blessed be your generosity, my son.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Okay. Yeah, that would be bad. What game are you downloading? Let's see, so I just need to find... Oh, I know where he's at. That's fine, I needed to go this way anyway. Camellia. Which means he's usually not that far behind. Yep. The Division? Yeah, I've never played that game.
Good evening, Mr. Nithicott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Yeah, you get more experience if you let the disease spread a little bit and try to heal it in its advanced stages, but I don't have the stuff to heal them then, so I gotta do it now.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
I might see if anybody wants to play Warframe with me tonight on the team page.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Okay. She still won't talk to me.
Hello again, miss.
I bought 15 games from the Microsoft Ultimate Sale. So this is on Xbox then, right?
Tell me, Camellia, how are things now the dispensary is closed?
Oh my God, tell me something.
Very well. Goodbye then.
Alright, I need to get to the cemetery. Because... Alright, what games did you buy, if you don't mind me asking? I'll avoid him. For now. I'm not trying to pick a fight with anybody, I'm just trying to get to where I'm going.
Don't you know better?
Oh, really? dude. Ah, shit. Okay, he left me alone. I'm going the right way. I could pass this guy. If he's the only one, I'm pretty sure I could take him out. Been downloading 3 games for the last 3 days. Any good games? Wait, why did I need the rivets then? I want to bottom them. I need a good trigger part, and he had them too. Okay, so I need... Why do I need the rivets then? Alright, there must be a gun I haven't found yet. I need good trigger parts. Alright, let's see. Why did I come here? Oh. Get me closer to the cemetery.
Watch yourselves! There's one of them! You filthy piece of shit! I'll take his head!
Okay. It's when you exit to the right. Okay, I'm looking for a body that supposedly it says it's supposed to be when you leave the cemetery after you meet Mary for the first time. There's supposed to be a body to your right hand side with a folded piece of paper. That's the recipe for headaches. Strange formula. Found it. I don't know, Mr. Torrance, if you're in the chat, what games? Oh, all games came with that. Found them all. Sweet. And I have the stuff to make. Oh, Ark would have been worth it. City Skylines. Final Fantasy 15. That's enough. Damn. 7 Days to Die. See, I've never played that game. Is that any good? I have GTA 5. Dead by... Man, that's a lot of good games there, Mr. Torrance. Now I can cure that one guy, so we'll go do that. Just gotta find him now. Is there 2 of them? Yep, I'm on board them both.
Stupid newborn!
Yeah, wait till I upgrade, then I'll come back. Yeah, it's not bad. Yes, the new NBA game will be coming out soon. They did the same thing with Madden. They dropped the price so low that...
Don't know what. Like a secret or a plot I must reveal.
I'm cheap and I'm clean. I promise.
This is despicable.
The Swanborough
Good evening,
Cordial
Benjamin.
is the answer to
Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reid.
How are conditions in Whitechapel these days?
I hear gunshots every night. It's just like the war in the trenches, Doctor. I can't stand it.
How much was Ark? That's one game I want to get and try.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
I can try to help your body heal, sir. But you must stop destroying it.
The war destroyed me, Doctor.
Ark is so overrated. Yeah, I mean, but I'd like to try it.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
And welcome to the stream, Wonder Bread. How are you?
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the fleet.
And now I can make my way back to the west end. I need to find someone selling shotgun shells, though.
Good evening, Xiaoshu.
Wang Shanghao, Dr. Reid. It's good to see you again.
Better off playing the Jurassic World Evolution game that came out 3,000 times better. Is it like Ark then?
How do you feel now that you're back in Whitechapel?
I've decided to follow your advice, sir. I won't forget the dead, but my efforts will be for the living.
I've no doubt. That is a wise and useful attitude in this part of town.
To be completely honest with you, I am also doing this for myself. If I'm destined to survive this epidemic, I need my life to have some purpose.
Do you still think about your departed husband?
Of course I do. I'll never forget my beloved Matthew, but how do I put it? Now I miss him more than I want him back.
I know what you mean. And I think it means you're getting better.
Maybe death will take me the way it took Matthew. Without warning and without mercy. But until then, I live on.
Yeah, Ark's a builder. Has exactly the same dinosaurs in the game that Ark does, except Jurassic World doesn't rape you. It's next to impossible to do anything in Ark. That's not too bad. So is Jurassic World a builder also?
What are you doing with your time, now that you're back in Whitechapel?
I've decided to help the poor and sick of the neighborhood by handing out medicine.
That's very charitable of you. But why do it at night?
I've noticed that the most desperate people tend to go out after dark. Hence my presence, to help them when I can.
Giving out medicine? How can you afford to do that?
I am a rich widow, Dr. Reid. My departed husband left me enough money to last the rest of my life. I can spend some on those who don't have any.
Why don't you move to a better neighborhood?
I thought about it, I confess. To go back to the same empty home every day still hurts me a lot.
Why stay here then?
I am a woman of habit, Dr. Reid. And for now, I am happier being useful in a familiar place than I would be anywhere else.
How is the sanitary situation evolving in Whitechapel these days?
My only relief is that my Matthew died before seeing the madness that approaches. I'm afraid we won't survive this trial, Dr. Reid.
Goodbye for now.
Okay, now I got the Ark and all the expansions for $50. That's not too bad. Oh. Alright, I just dropped in the chat 3 links of 3 really good friends of mine. If you are looking for other variety streamers to check out, all 3 of them are excellent streamers. So if you just want to check them out, you can check them out at the links I dropped in the chat. Alright, what am I doing? Okay, everybody's in good health here. For now. Looks like everybody's in good health here. 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 Alright, I just need to find him, and I know where he's at, it's just getting to him. Okay, so I need to go back.
Pain has made me blind.
Oh, not that way.
There are so many people who could use
This
my
one?
help here.
Yeah. Through that and to the left is the easiest route to where I need to go.
Better go home, sir. Don't come closer!
I don't know who that guy thinks he is, but he's quite rude.
Good evening, old chap. Are you all right?
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not a well man.
Do you need medical assistance, Clarence?
It's a little late for visiting hours, don't you think?
What can I say? I haven't lost my old habits.
I hope we're talking about the same habits, old friend.
Mr. Torrance, thank you for those bits. I do appreciate it.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Alright, let's go level up. Let's take the risk. I'm pretty sure. I'll lose somebody, but I can't beat anybody in this district at this level. I need to level up. Alright, 9,325 to work with. Well, that's awesome. It's a nice phone. Oh, your first smartphone? Well, that's awesome. Hmm. Alright, I think that's everything I can do. I don't really use the bite in combat. Hmm. Yeah, that's the thing. You have to decide. I knew it. Damn it. Oh, come on. Alright guys, my game just crashed on me, so I'll be back in a few moments to restart the stream. Yeah. Just please stick around and I will type in the chat when you can refresh. Yeah. Alright guys, I'll be back in just a moment. Please stay around.